Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 267 for the week of June 30th, 2019. I am Alca7raz, and joining me as usual is Nemesis.
Hey.
Yes, it's been a fun week full of leaks. Halo, man.
That one was quick. They squashed.
Yep. Someone leaked the Halo Reach, and they're
Right.
already going to be slamming people for that one.
Are you that desperate for something that's open to the public anyway?
Yeah.
Just gotta wait a couple more weeks. Jeez, guys.
Yep. That's been fun.
Morons.
Yeah. I've already been hearing it. So I'm just going to start playing the leak with my the actual Xbox account. Like, really? Really? I'm just going to get that banned so fast.
Bye.
See ya. Anyway, yeah, we're not here to talk about Halo, although I'm certain someone here could probably do a whole podcast on Halo if I really wanted to.
I actually have a whole bunch of stuff to say about Halo 4, actually.
I could actually say some things on Halo 4 as well. But yes. That's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about ponies. And that's what we're going to do. We have a standard episode lined up for you. Got a handful of news, a few different discussions, stuff to talk about, and a little bit of fan content at the end. So let's get into the news as we usually do. If you would like to follow along, and I do recommend that you do, you can find all of our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's spelled LIBSYN. So go there, click the link for this episode, and let's get into this. In convention news, BronyCon has announced Bonnie Zachary, as well as their Crystal Cafe, which is a special, I think, ticketed event.
Yeah, it's a maid cafe.
Maid Cafe. There's 2 or 3 part things to events that you can do. One of them is the Maid Cafe. If you're interested in that, check it out. In fandom news, a new music compilation group called Equestria has formed and released their first album called Stellar. So if you're into fan of music like I am, go check that out. In merchandise news, Sombraverse story and stuff things have been added to the Game Loft game. So like the big Crystal War timeline, as they also call it. And an upcoming papercraft book by Seven Seas Entertainment has been revealed. Equestria has a couple screenshots of it that they were sent. In comic news, iTunes has a preview for Friendship is Magic issue number 79. Let's go check that out if you're interested. And Equestria Girls news, the Festival Looks short is now up on YouTube as expected. And the last bit of news, back to leaks. Apparently China has now leaked the 14th episode.
It's not a leak.
It's not a leak, it's like an early airing or whatnot, but yeah.
It just didn't care.
Yeah.
And it's out there.
So it's out. English audio, Chinese subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the subtitles are burned in.
Yes, they are.
So you can't turn them off.
But you can watch the 14th episode.
Yep. Which is the, what do they call that? We have the mid-season hiatus. Do we have a mid-season premiere?
Yes.
Is it they call that one? Yeah. So it's out there, so be wary of spoilers. We will not be talking about it until the normal time, the U.S. airing.
Whenever that is. Probably mid-August.
So yes. If you're trying to wait for the full release, be wary of spoilers. Anyway, that is the news. So, moving right along into discussion stuff, we have a comic to talk about. Unfortunately, it is still not the manga. But we do have another one, Spirit of the Forest number 2.
Yeah, it's Spirit of the Forest number 2. It's this one again is written by Ted Anderson with the art by Brenda Hickey and colors by Heather Breckel. The continuing adventures of the CMC trying to save the forest from Filthy Rich and his lumber yard, logging, all that stuff.
CMC and their fight against capitalism.
Yep. They try to enlist the help of their sisters and one adoptive sister of sorts. No, it's undercut though.
Surrogate.
Sure. Surrogate sister. But no, that doesn't matter though, because that
it's
one episode
still
ruined
surrogate.
it. The one episode ruined it. It doesn't matter anymore.
It didn't give Scootaloo a sister, it gave her parents. Still doesn't have a sister.
But anyway, yeah, so the CMC try to fight and it doesn't work, and then they try to go to City Hall, that doesn't work, so then they decide to go ahead and try to do the to scare them away. And that's the issue, basically, in which the CMC try eco-terrorism.
Yeah.
Inserts. It's always sunny music here.
Uh,
Yeah, it's kind of all right. Although I'm a little worried about some of this dialogue, which some of it's like I don't know. It's called. Yeah, let's see the capitalist side of the story too. Let's give him a fair shot.
I wasn't entirely certain about this episode. I keep doing that.
It's eternal.
Issue. Yes.
It's your issue.
Yes, that is my issue. I may have an episode.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, though, it's also got some pretty nice artwork. I do like the little, BDI ponies.
Oh, yeah.
That sometimes pop up. Like, it's just Pinky, Twilight, and Fluttershy. Like, oh, we're going to be bored, aren't we?
Yep.
We don't have sisters to mess with. Well, Pinky has sisters, but not involved in this. I don't know. There's some of them about. They're just like, I'm a little worried about. I'm just worried they're gonna both sides this stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be wishy-washy. Not really. I try to avoid making any overt statements one way or the other.
Yeah.
I don't
know. It really all depends on the conclusion, I guess.
Yep, that's my worry. Hopefully, the conclusion kind of pulls through. And this guy, well, we tried, I guess. The older sister's so ready to just give up.
Yeah.
Also, I did like when Apple Bloom just interjects with turning filthy words against him. He just looks so mad. Like, why would you do that? Just I don't know. This one particular face he makes. Just
oh yeah, that one.
It just makes me laugh. Just because it's this. How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah, again, great art and stuff, but I'm just a little worried about some of the narrative, I guess. Just how it's going to go. But see, without the lumber, the Ponyville businesses are going to suffer. Stuff. It's like
there's ways to deal with that don't involve completely destroying forests.
Yeah. So we'll see how it concludes.
We kind of live around a major forest industry. They call them working forests.
Yeah.
It is renewable, but you have to do it right.
And Filthy Rich isn't doing it right.
No, you can't just chop a whole forest down like that. Anyway, I guess that's the comic.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move on to the latest Quest Girls short that did come out on the app. It is another Choose Your Own Ending video called The Last Drop, in which Sunset, Fluttershy, and Big Mac are at this concert, and Vinyl Scratch is up playing and has this interactive thing that happens, and she picks one of them, and well, actually you pick one because that's the ending you choose.
Yeah.
Between one of the three, and and the endings are they go on stage and do something. Sunset plays a video game. Fluttershy turns into a furry.
What do you mean turns into?
She fully just goes public with she starts a wooing on stage.
No a woo.
$350 fine. Yes, she starts acting like an animal on stage, whatever you want to say, and then or Big Mac, he plays his guitar or banjo.
Yep.
And says that a lot.
Yeah, it's music.
It's a thing, I guess.
You basically choose one of 3 music videos.
Yeah. It's alright, I guess. It's a thing.
I like the music in the Sunset one.
I like the music before any of them.
All of
the opening music, because the endings all had something different.
Yeah.
That didn't fit the first section of music. I really liked that first section of music, and then it was gone. It's like, oh.
Still like the ending Sunsets one, though.
Well, yeah, Sunsets was probably the best one, but you're also biased towards Sunset anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. You pick it regardless. Because it's Sunset.
You think?
Don't tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
Because I'm not.
You are.
But yeah, it's a thing.
No woo.
No woo. God, that whole... It's like... I think of all 3, that's the weirdest one.
Yeah. Just Big Mac's is actually just kind of vanilla.
Yeah, it's just...
It's like, yeah, it's just... Okay. Let's just add some EDM to some country.
Yeah.
At least he's not screaming over the top of a mountain.
Screaming Cowboys. Oh my god. Have you actually listened to the whole song?
Yeah.
It's like,
great.
It's not great. The only redeeming part about it is the screaming heads. The rest of it's really not all that great. Yeah. Definitely not my favorite of the shorts that have come out. But it's a thing. So I guess it's time to move on to the main discussion. We're going to talk about Rainbow Roadtrip. So, quick synopsis. Rainbow Dash gets an invitation from a place called Hope Hollow to guest star in their Rainbow Festival. So, she grabs all of her friends and they get on the balloon and head out. They get there and things are not quite what they seem. All the color is gone and then they have to try and figure out why the color is gone, which they then do and restore it and the Rainbow Festival. And everyone's happy.
There you go.
Yep, very quick and simple synopsis. First off, this, as we have mentioned in previous episodes, was not done by DHX.
Mm-hmm.
This was animated and stuff by Boulder Media.
Yep.
It is using Toon Boom, so it is movie, most likely Toon Boom, and it is using movie style.
It is absolutely Toon Boom.
It is done all in the same style as the movie.
Yep.
And first impressions, overall impressions,
good animation.
I really liked it. Animation I think is great. It's on par, if not better, than the movie. It's all super smooth and really well done. And as far as the story goes and how everything else went, I actually really liked it. I really did.
Mm-hmm. My thing, what was it? Oh yeah, this is one of those things like, man, I wish this was what the show started to look like after the movie. Because I remember saying that way back. It's like, I wish the show would switch over to the new style. And it's like,
probably costs too much.
Yeah, they never did. It's like it sucks because like the assets are all there, but they'd have to move everyone on DHX over from Flash to Toon Boom Harmony and just take too much time. Like, yeah. I get that way they didn't, but I still wish they did.
Yep.
But it's kind of a basic story. I think not like the most,
judging by my
amazing
synopsis, yes.
Yeah, it's not the most like amazing or thing. It's kind of, you figure out pretty quickly. Although sometimes there's a bit of a weird, I think, curveball. Like what, kind of. I think how they dealt with the problem is kind of a weird. I think to a degree. Like I think the chief cause of the problem in the first place is like kind of a
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that doesn't quite make total sense. And I'm not sure I like it that much, but yeah, it's overall pretty solid. I like some of the new characters that showed up in this. And there was, what was I? Oh, I remember also the other thing was, apparently I heard that this was based off a recycled script from a potential movie sequel.
Ah, yes.
That's my understanding. Is like this was one of the potential scripts that we're using when they still weren't sure if the next movie was going to be G4 or G5. And they decided, after they decided G5, I guess they decided to recycle it into this special.
Yep.
Which was Kim Bayer John. What was it? Yeah. That one writer, Kim something.
Give me a second. I can find out. Yeah, Kim Bayer Johnson.
Okay.
You got it right.
Okay, yeah, it's Kim Bayer Johnson wrote this one. I was kind of remember. I didn't know who wrote it until it showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I will say, that opening thing was weird.
Like the cold open or whatnot.
Not the cold open,
but
the opening title stuff.
Yeah,
that was
the title screen. It almost felt like
felt cheap.
It felt kind of cheap, and it felt almost like something you'd expect from like a series.
Yeah,
like if the Rainbow Road Trip was a short series.
Yeah,
that's what I would expect, because that's just how it felt.
Also, it's weird that the stuff with the actual like, oh hey, here's the names of the people who worked on in the beginning. But also, like, it looked weird. That word looked weirdly cheap. Like it was they just took a generic font and slapped it in.
I wonder if they did the intro at the last minute.
Yeah, it felt very last second. Like, oh crap, we need to actually have an intro. We don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt very last second. I don't know. It just felt kind of weak comparatively. I did like how they did just kind of run us through. It's like, hey, they're already going to the Hope Hollow.
They didn't explain. They didn't like go through Rainbow receiving.
Yeah, it's just we're gonna be on our way before we explain to the audience, so we can compress things a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna explain it on the way.
Yeah,
is what they did, and I think it worked.
Also, Spike was excised from this pretty much.
And Spike showed up at the beginning
And then it was gone.
and then was never seen again. He was left behind. Hold down the fort, Spike.
Yep. So were some other characters. Haha.
Never appeared.
Yep, not even appearing.
Never appeared.
Good. What was it? Yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of interesting how they did the thing. Was like, it's the whole thing. It's not really gray, but it's everything's super, super desaturated.
Yeah.
You can still, it's a lot of stuff. You can still see some of the color, but it's very faint.
Yep.
Which also made the main six really, really pop.
Really colorful.
So that's an interesting of itself. Like, it shows you just how vibrant the colors usually are. It just, you don't notice so much when they're in their usual context.
Yeah, because everything else is vibrant as well. You put them into a muted area, and it's just like, wow.
Also, speaking of, their eyes are extra vibrant because of the sparkles and stuff they had added to them, because it's this movie style.
Because it's movie style. They're big and colorful and sparkly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they retain those eyes, although I noticed they're a little toned down comparatively, I think, to the actual movie, because they were a little different in the movie.
Yeah.
Even more fancy.
Yeah, slight adjustments between then and now. Little tweaks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I did enjoy this. I know a lot of people were really worried because, oh no, it's not DHX.
Well, they just still the same writers and stuff. And
voice actors. Like, it's just the animation. It's not DHX. Yeah, Kim Byers-Johnson's done a lot of writing for the show, and music is still done by Daniel Ingram and all this sort of stuff. So writing's still there, and I think it went really, really well. I really enjoyed it, just how everything went. One of the things about this town, Hope Hollow, I think it was great. Almost every pony there has a Minnesotan accent.
Mm-hmm.
And it works so well. I just found it was just really great.
Yep. Don't you know?
Don't you know? It was just perfect. There was two that were Manhattanites. So they had Hugh Lockjaw, I guess is the term.
It's the Harvard Lockjaw.
Yeah.
The Harvard Lockjaw. Because the only way someone will talk like this if they have Lockjaw.
Yes, that accent. There's two of them, the Huffingtons. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Huffington. Mr. Huffington was Michael Dangerfield.
Yep.
So that's a returning.
Don't you know?
That was No.
I'm having fun.
That one didn't. Yeah, Michael Dangerfield, I believe, has done work on MLP before.
Yes.
Venus Sood as Mrs. Huffington. Name's kind of sounds familiar, but I can't quite remember if she's done
I
work
don't
before
think she's done anything before.
But yeah, there were some other characters that showed up as well. Most important, I guess, would probably be the mayor.
Yeah. Sunny Skies.
Sunny Skies. Yes, he's the mayor. He was running
Ian Hanlon.
Yes, Ian Hanlon. To voice that with a couple other ones as well. But yeah, he had this device, this rainbow generator. Press a button and it makes a rainbow in the sky. Not to be confused with the Rainbow Factory people. Anyway. Yeah, so apparently in 1 year, less people were showing up, so he tried to make the thing better, and all the color disappeared, and he thought it was his fault because the generator sucked it all in. So he's blaming himself for it.
How are you still mayor? How are you not ousted from office?
I don't know. Probably because it wasn't actually his fault. No one else actually blamed him.
Or maybe they're just so apathetic they just don't even go out and vote anymore.
Probably just a combination. And then the other one is Petunia Petals. Kelly Metzger voiced that one. And that's... Yeah, those two are a thing.
Yeah, they're a thing. I mean, they
Officially,
literally ended with a
marriage proposal. That was an interesting one.
Yeah,
it's like the whole time they're acting like they have a crush on each other.
Yeah,
but that's it, just a crush. And then marriage proposal. Like, wait, did you just skip the whole dating thing?
They just skipped right over it.
Just went straight to marriage. I like you, marry me. Like,
man, that town is really old-fashioned.
Okay. Well, really old-fashioned. They would be arranged, but
not necessarily.
Yep.
People remember before, men in power could just say, "I want you as my wife," and that's that.
That's that. Well, you would have to give something to her father, to approve. Of
in
it.
Power?
If you have power, no. In power, no.
If you're the mayor of a town, you have the power.
The fact that I'm not going to cut not gonna hang you up somewhere is my offering.
Give me your daughter's hand in marriage, and I'll burn your house down.
And I'll burn your house.
I think you mean or. It's a kind of a okay, fine.
Yeah. There was some other ones as well. Torque wrench. Torque wrench was great. Repair pony.
Repair.
Apparently, she's really good at repairing.
I can fix it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rona Rees, which I think might be new.
Yeah.
For this, we have quite a few new ones in here.
Mm-hmm.
Moody Root. Terry Klassen is not new. Terry Klassen is the voice director.
Yeah.
But hey, voice director can
also
do
Trout
voices
Pony.
too. I was gonna come back to that one.
I'm in there.
But you're gonna do that. So the trout.
Fish for rainbow trout.
Okay, so yes, in the invitation, there was a thing where one of the events was that you could do catch and release on the salmon trout,
with rainbow trout.
The rainbow trout. Catch and release activity. And either no, it's just one pony who likes to dress up as a trout. And you just
I'm not sure what it's like. It's just that's a job.
I get it might be a job, but was wearing it all the time.
Well, that's his job. He's supposed to be at rainbow trout at the festival. The festival's happening. I'm staying as rainbow trout.
I'm just seeing it go farther than that. I think he just does that.
If you say so.
Apparently Trout Pony also does other things too. I've already forgot.
Harmonica.
Oh right, double as a harmonica for the karaoke thing.
Otherwise he just sits in a kiddie pool just in his trout costume.
It's just it's just a thing, I guess. And the last two big one, well, there's three other big ones, I guess. We have Kerfuffle, who is the town's resident fashionista and designer. Gets along with Rarity quite well. Who has a prosthetic leg. Yes, I think it's the first time we've officially seen an actual prosthetic. I think it may have been a peg leg.
I can't remember. You can't remember. Well, we've seen
peg
like legs in the movie.
Yeah, we've seen the peg legs in the movie. We've seen a couple now with like wheelchair type things.
We've seen that wheelchair before. That was I think that was a Make-A-Wish person.
Yes, I think we've seen that one. And I think there may have been another one, but I may be getting that one confused.
I can't remember if there's been a prosthetic leg on another character before, though.
Yeah, but I think it's maybe the first prosthetic leg. No clue why. I don't explain it, and that's fine. Don't need to.
Explain!
The other two are the two little Pegasus
the voice actors.
Oh, yes, voice actors. Sorry, I forgot about... probably because I'm having trouble pronouncing that first.
Raquel. That's
Raquel.
Right.
Raquel.
Belmont.
Or
but enough talk, have at you.
Yes, and then the last two are the two little Pegasus foals, Barley and Pickle Barrel.
Pickle Barrel, come.
Yep. Which are Sabrina Peter or Pitre, I don't know how, and David K. I don't know if it's the same David K.
I found out there are two David K's.
Both actors and Canadian. We don't know if it's Megatron or not.
I don't know. I wanted to be Megatron David K, but it could be a different David K who has done voice work for similar kinds of cartoons before. But they've both done voice work for cartoons, so I don't know. I want to know because they spell them exactly the same as well. They're both based in Canada, and they both also will sometimes work in Vancouver. They at various times. So I don't know. I almost want to, like, hey, which David K is this?
We'll figure it out eventually. I'm pretty sure it'll be fairly shortly figured out by someone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what else to say about this? I absolutely love the fact that Rainbow Dash was all over the place and forefronting a lot. Because of course I was.
Yeah, of course.
I think one thing that kind of bugged me, but they did resolve fairly quickly, dealing with Twilight and what caused it. I was a little worried it would be worse than it was. And then it popped up, I just need to bring the color back and that'll fix everything. That totally was not it. And then there was a bit when Applejack started seeing the color come back and just Twilight wasn't listening to her. Fortunately, that didn't last long because that's been a sticking point a few times.
Why would you listen to Applejack? She's just a background pony.
Exactly. But yeah, that has been a sticking point where Twilight will get like, no, Twilight, come on, figure this out. Pay attention. Listen to them. We've been over this before. It has come up a few times.
Not as often as you're implying.
But it has happened enough for me to see this and be worried about it.
It's more like, it's kind of a general plot contrivance for like a lot of characters and shows and stuff. Is this the obvious answer's there, but they just are too wrapped up in whatever to notice. It's because that way you have to keep the show running for 22 minutes or whatever. However long you need to make it run, because otherwise it'll be solved in 5, and you can't have that, because then the rest of it is just them sitting around drinking tea or something. But yeah, it wasn't bad in that regard.
Yeah,
it's just kind of a quick thing. It's like, yeah, I can understand if you're kind of hyper focused right now on this. This is somewhat important, so it's like. Also, Applejack kind of gave up a little too quick. Usually, Applejack can be pretty pushy. We know this. We know for a fact Applejack can be really pushy when she wants to. I mean, she's literally shoving food in other ponies' mouths.
Yeah.
Just put the colored flower thing right in front of the book. It's like, here you go. Yeah, it's also kind of funny just showing, it's the problem, no color, like with the apricots and whatnot. Just,
I don't know when they're ripe.
Don't know. You can't know because you can't see the color very well. Surprise. And also, there's a grumpy neighbor.
Oh, yes, the grumpy neighbor.
All you had to do is just, be friendly.
And say
and
hi.
Ask, and make
Who
them
knew?
hi. And it's just stuff like that. It's also weird, just like somehow the weird big old wooden rainbow they built, the massive wooden rainbow they built, just survived the color apocalypse, I guess. Somehow. Not sure how.
Yeah, somehow that one did. Maybe because it was really tall and out of range.
It is a tall thing.
That's the only thing I can really think of is like it's because the effect of the color loss was, only so far. It didn't extend all the way out because like near the beginning, Twilight and Rainbow, when they went to try and figure things out, they went up to a cliffside and there was color up there.
Yeah, and Twilight shot this massive spell.
Tried it, yeah.
And then Dash trying to sound like Rainbow, and it didn't really last either. So everyone's like, ooh, color, and then it's gone. Oh.
Okay, I think it's not that David K.
Oh. Okay, darn. Where are you getting that from?
I found that David K's Twitter and replied to someone who was saying and said, I'm not involved.
Okay. Darn it, other David K, change your name. Drat. Oh yeah, those two kids again though, speaking of.
Yeah. They look like identical twins.
But they're not. At least they could be,
they
theoretically.
Might be.
Because that's
There's a couple answers on that one that you could go.
There's a lot of answers there.
There's a couple different ways you could do it though, because they look identical, same colors, similar voice, they act the same, they look the same age.
Their voices ain't that similar.
Well, whatever, but they look the same, they act the same. They have all the hallmarks of being identical twins, except one's a boy, one's a girl, which you don't normally get genetically in identical twins. So, one theory, one could be trans.
Ooh.
Another theory, they might not actually be identical twins. They close in age but separate. Or it's MLP, genetics don't work the same. You go either
all
way.
magic.
Yeah.
They ain't gotta explain anything.
Yeah, genetics may not work the same. So, take your pick. But yeah, they were cool. I just really liked it. I think
it's just fun, but
it was
again,
a lot of fun.
It's very shallow when you actually look at it. It's a very shallow thing.
It is. There isn't. I'm struggling to find individual things to pull out of it.
I think honestly, the only reason it was so long is because they split the main 6 pretty hard, almost 5 different ways. So that's the only way it was able to go.
They
as
kept
long
Pinky
as
and Fluttershy together.
Yeah. No, also probably because I could figure out what was to do with Fluttershy.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the reason Twilight figured out, and she's like, oh yeah, the colors are showing. Then she finally looks at these pictures, like, so what's up with these pictures? Oh, they're out of order. This color's already draining before you hit the button. And that's like that's the other thing. That's what Sitz doesn't totally right. So he's saying just because they lost hope for some reason, that all the color went away. What is that about?
Yeah, that one they don't explain at all as to how that works. They had this thing, what do they call it? A certain kind of magic that they called it. Give me a second.
Hopeless magic.
Hopeless magic. Yeah, that's what they called it. It's something that just they pulled out of nowhere, and I guess that's a thing now.
Okay.
And they don't explain that one. And that one, it's just kind of.
I'm never gonna appear again either.
Yeah, probably will never appear again. I guess it's just that's what they had to use. Could have probably picked something better, but that's what they picked.
It's just kind of weird. It's like I was half expecting like it was going to be like some thing or something drain the color away.
They set up the generator to be the.
Well, yeah, but that was turned out to be wrong.
I was like,
once they started landing on it's not the generator, I was gonna have to expect it was some like I don't know monster or something. Or evil wizard or whatever.
Yeah, it's just weird because they timed the color loss with the generator modification.
Yeah,
to make it, they obviously were intending to make everyone think that it's the generator.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I mean, if you're watching, it's pretty obvious that the problem was occurring, especially once you see color returning on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like I said, this one I meant is it was just because everyone lost hope. Why?
Yeah. Why did
they lose hope, and why would that cause the color to go away?
Yeah, that's the thing that they never explain because that kind of leads to another problem.
It's a weird thing in of itself. It's just a weird nonsensical plot device that's like just there solely to make the story work.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure.
And that may be what it is. Like, we want to say this. How do we make this work?
Yeah, it's weird.
And that's what they came up with to quickly make it work.
Oh, and everyone got their little accessories, including Twilight's new rainbow wings.
Rainbow wings, yeah, they're bling. They just slip on. They're just clothes for the wings. Yeah. Oh, that is something. The town, a lot of this town wears clothes.
Yeah.
Notice that. It's like, huh.
It's just a thing sometimes.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Of course, it means a lot of times you can't see their kitty mark.
Well, it's funny with Repair Pony. Her cutie mark's on the pocket of her little overalls.
All of them will do that, so you can still at least see the cutie mark.
Wouldn't that be amazing if ponies identify each other by cutie mark and initially not by name? The cutie mark is actually literally the most important part in identifying a pony.
Yeah, I could see it, and then it becomes a problem when you have
pony.
I'm just imagining a picture holding a pony looking straight at its butt.
Oh no!
With a magnifying glass.
Oh no! Identifying
plot.
Oh. Yeah, the other thing is actually I haven't said this yet, but it's funny is this whole situation is actually reminding me of the movie Pleasantville. If anyone's ever seen that,
I don't know if I've seen it or not. If I have, I don't remember.
It was a movie. It's completely different plot and stuff. But it was a movie. It was basically there was an old like TV series back in like the 50s or whatever. It was in black and white and stuff. And thanks to a magic remote from some mysterious old guy, this guy gets zapped into Pleasantville because he was really a huge fan of it. And he gets in there somehow with his sister, who he's arguing with, and the things start to become color as stuff changes and whatnot. So slowly everyone's freaking out until as colors coming into this world and stuff. It's a different reasoning for stuff, but it's kind of, that's all it reminded me of. It's color returning slowly, piece by piece. So it's like, it's a decent movie. I remember correctly. It had Tobey Maguire and William H. Macy in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a decent movie. It's not amazing, but I don't know. Yeah. I also had Don Knotts as the old dude. As the weird old dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Also, it makes my mom angry, so that's just funny.
Huh. I can't think of any other specifics. I mean, we could go on poke at little things here and there and just blabber on about the little details.
Pinky had her own karaoke machine with her.
Yeah, not surprised. She carries a lot of her own things.
They started singing Bad for some reason.
Oh,
speaking of singing 2 songs.
Yeah, or depends on how you want to count that. We had the opening song, we had the mayor's song, and then we had the closing song.
Yeah, I guess 3 songs, fine.
So, But I'm not sure if you really count the opening song.
I wouldn't count it because
I wouldn't really count the opening.
Yeah,
So-
apparently they were also both written by Daniel Ingram. Daniel
Yes.
Ingram's still doing it. These ones I was wondering about that because, like, I don't know. They're like the first one was like, yeah, I don't know. It's okay, I guess.
The opening song or
Not
the mayor
song,
song?
the mayor song.
I liked the mayor
And
song.
I don't know. It wasn't. I wasn't.
I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. It was like, it's there. It exists.
I liked it.
That was my thing. Second one I like a little better, but
It's also
I don't know.
fun.
I know it's just kind of.
I liked them. They weren't like, the best songs that have ever come out, but I mean, there's some of those are gonna be hard to beat.
I don't know. It just
They're pretty
feels
good. I liked
don't know.
them.
That first song was just kind of. I don't know. It just was. I don't
I
know.
liked
I'm trying to. I can't remember what it was. It was just something about it. It just was off-putting.
Yeah. Seemed fine to me. You're just weird.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Everyone's weird a little bit. I think it's enough blabbing on about that. I think we can move on because we do have some fan content to get through. So I will hold on to the mic, I guess, even though we're not actually holding them.
Mute.
And yes, I got 3 songs that I want to feature this week. And starting off with the first one, it is Jalmaan's Alive. This is just a really fun and bouncy house song. It has that sort of 2012 style house style to it, and it's just really fun. It's really well done. I really like it. It's nice to listen to. It's also part of that Equestria album that I mentioned earlier in this episode. It's one of the songs off of that album. Good song. Go check it out, and the rest of the album.
Yeah, I like the instrumentation of it, and it's also pretty harsh and bouncy.
Yep. Hey, there's not much else I can really tell.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's one of those that's hard to describe details on it. The second one I have to feature is Ataraxia's Starlight. I really like Ataraxia's work, and it's nice to see a little bit more pony stuff, because I know Ataraxia has been kind of moving away from that a bit, but this it's really good. It's smooth, it's relaxing, but it's also emotional. It's part of a whole story of songs, and it's just really well done. I like the vocal work, and I like all of it. There's also a bit at the end during the closing where it just drops down to pure piano, and I really, really like good emotional piano music like that, and I just really like it.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a more of a mellow sound to it. There's a bit that it just jumped at me. It's like a minute something in where it's like the vocals outright sound like he hit the wrong note entirely.
I don't recall that.
It was just
but
it
might
jumped
be.
out to me like the note that he sang and the note of the instrumentation were very much not in sync with each other. It just is one brief one. I was like, Ugh. It outright sounded bad. I was like, wow, what? I just remember that very distinctly.
I don't recall it.
And the other thing is, it's a really long outro. That's a really long outro.
It is a long outro.
It's 7 minutes. Honestly, I think it's actually a little too long.
It might be a little bit too drawn out, so I will give you that one. I just like kind of music like that, so I enjoyed it. The third and last song I have to feature is a little bit different. It's BlueBrony's remix, I guess, of Yona Sing's Sad Song. And yeah, this one's very different, but it's kind of neat. I'm impressed with what they did with what they had to work with and where they took it and the things that they did with it. Right around the middle part, there's also this little bit where like take Yona's voice and turn it like little, I guess, bloops. It's hard to describe, but I think it was really neat.
Yeah. It's interesting, yeah, taking just like 1 to 2 lines of dialogue we're totally supposed to be serious and stretching out to a 3-minute song. That's kind of impressive in its own right, and it does hit the right mood for the most part. I think there's a little bit where the music kind of gets a little weirdly happy, which is like where since it's supposed to be a sad song, it's like I don't know, but yeah, it's still a really good song. But what was the other thing I was thinking? Yeah, the thing you were talking about, the bloops. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
how
using
else to
turning the
them.
vocals so now they become another instrument in the song is also a pretty clever move.
Yep. I like it when people do that. It's neat. And that is all the songs I have to feature this week. How about fanfics?
Yeah, I actually have a new one finally after
Shocking.
multiple weeks of nothing. It's been, yeah, like I said, it's been dry. But yeah, I have a new one. It's called Sugarcoating by Draxonos135. It's about sour sweet and sugarcoat. And sour sweet's kind of got, well, surprise, some issues, because we've seen, as we saw in Friendship Games, she has a tendency to go from very mean to very happy and vice versa around the drop of a hat and whatnot. And it's basically just kind of sour sweet's more or less about sour sweet's I guess emotional instability and kind of how she upsets her because she lashed out at her girlfriend once, who is Sugarcoat. And that's kind of more or less the whole story. And it'll just kind of, I guess, that little, I guess, snippet of their relationship. Yeah, it's just shy of 6,000 words. It's not really, I guess, special in the sense that like there's anything new or novel with it. But I think it's a fairly solid little story about just a relationship and just kind of a bit of a rocky patch. And it doesn't necessarily have to end in a screaming match or anything or be super drawn out drama or anything. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's a bit of a rocky patch and someone's, I guess, mental health of sorts. And I guess, yeah, because they're established together. It doesn't even show them, it shows them getting together, but yeah. They're established as in a relationship. And it's kind of, the thing is, I don't think I've seen this pairing before, so that's kind of interesting to me in and of itself. Novelness of it. I'm trying to think of the word.
Novelness. Novelty.
Novelty. That's the word.
Novelty.
Yeah.
Yes. It was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice. It was alright. Decent little snapshot, little like slice of life relationship thing.
Yep. Sometimes you don't need to have a big epic adventure.
Nope.
Or drama, or going to hell for your girlfriend or potential girlfriend or whatever.
I'm waiting for that.
I'm surprised that hasn't updated. It was supposed to update this week.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they said it was supposed to still update, so I don't know what's going on with that.
I hope it still updates. I'm enjoying that one.
They also said I remember I was looking at like, why hasn't it updated? Look at their blog, nothing about it. Just it's supposed to go up. Okay, hasn't gone up yet.
Yeah.
And they said also they started a whole new Twidash story, which is going to be incredibly long.
Oh yay!
They said ultimate slow burn.
Oh.
Like as in at the beginning, they don't even they have no romantic attraction to it whatsoever at the beginning. One of those.
That could be interesting.
I don't know.
That could be interesting.
It could be. Yeah,
it could be interesting.
I'm just wondering about.
I'm already kind of interested. It's Twidash, of course I am.
Yeah.
No other updates, though.
Nope. No updates really. Just that should have updated, but it didn't.
But it didn't. Watch it updates right afterwards, or
Yeah.
make
I wonder
a
if they
liar
forgot
out of
to
us.
actually hit update or something. Like it's ready to go and it's just not available publicly.
Oh,
I've seen that happen. It's like I'm so sorry. It's written. I forgot.
yeah. Watch him make a liar out of us though, and update it between recording and release.
Whoops.
As long as it updates, hey, I'm happy. Anyway, I guess that brings us to the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, you can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. Remember, that's spelled Libsyn. So find all the episodes there. RSS feeds and such are there available too. Yada, yada, yada. You can also find us in various other places like iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. Just search for Pony411. With Google Play, you have to go to play.google.com/music before you search for Pony411. But you can find us at those places as well. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/Pony411. Go like our videos there, comment on them. We do read them, and make sure to subscribe and click the bell if you want to get notified when they go live. We are also among the listings in Ponyville Live, so if you use that site, you can find us there. I don't know how long that site's going to stay alive, but it still is as of recording, so we're still there. And we are also on Ponyville FM, where we air every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so tune in then, or whenever you want, because it's a great place to find fandom music and live DJs and cool stuff like that, so check them out. If you would like to get a hold of us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions. Tell us what you thought about this podcast episode, and tell us what you thought about this MLP special episode.
It's not really an episode.
It's not really an episode. It's a full special. It's 60 minutes long, so I can't call it an episode. But whatever. Tell us what you thought about it. Did you like it?
Film.
Yes,
it is.
It is technically feature length. Yes, tell us what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Just tell us.
Tell us things.
Tell us the things. Or if you have something else not related to the special, if like you have something you're doing you want us to talk about, send it our way. We'll take a look. Yes, if it's pony related. Obviously, this is a pony podcast. We don't talk about things like Transformers. No one cares about that. What? No retorts?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Go like our page there. We post updates when they happen and such like that. You can also find us on Twitter. We are at pony411. So follow us there, tweet us there, see us tweet random nonsense, and tweet random nonsense back to us. That's a great thing to do because that's about all it's good for. Nonsense. You can also follow our personal Twitter accounts. I am at Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T, and they are at Nemesis Prime 1. So follow us and see us tweet whatever we tweet, like me getting pissed off because a rock tried going through my windshield and now I have to pay hundreds of dollars to replace it. Potentially.
Or me coming out.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sis. Yeah, why do you think I got so angry about the other thing a couple weeks ago?
Yep. That it kind of strikes close to home. It's personal now.
Yep, pretty much. So yeah, woo! I'm out now. I'm out.
Congratulations on that. That's that. Yep. I guess that's the end of our episode.
Yeah.
Tune in next time in
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
Yep, we're going bi-weekly for at least probably a month.
Yes, we are officially in hiatus mode, so we're going bi-weekly. So we will be back in 2 weeks. Yeah. Where I believe
we'll be talking about season 9 so far.
Yes, we were giving our overall thoughts of the first half of season 9, doing our lists like we do every season.
Give me them lists.
Lists.
I love these episodes.
Yes. So, hope you tune in then. But until then, remember, please pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.